Hey, how's it going, guys? Yeah, this is I don't know why I'm doing videos too much, but I don't know. I might be deleting my last previous video because I feel like it kind of went too deep with my emotions and stuff. But today I really wanted to talk about something very serious, and that is cartoon or Western animation or people from Tumblr, whatever. You people need to stop dumping on the past. Like, you need to stop right now because it's not looking good. It's not even looking good because I grew up with many shows in the past, especially with anime shows. The original Teen Titans, the original Powerpuff Girls, the original Ben 10 series, Ed, Edd and Eddy, Spectacular Spider-Man, Generator Reg, even some of the recent shows that came out not too long ago, Spectacular Spider-Man, Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Transformers Prime, Samurai Jack, many other shows, and some of them even Animaniacs, Tiny Toon Adventures. I grew up with these shows because back in the day we had a balance between serious and comedic centric shows. That you know why it was so well done and executed, because it was treating its core audience, kids, like adults. Like, they don't treat them like idiots. But with today's shows, now some people might, especially from people from Tumblr or whatever, are gonna write that I'm nostalgia blind. I don't know what I'm saying or whatever. But just recently, of course this is another Thundercats Roar video, but I can't stop talking about it because it's becoming a trend nowadays with Tumblr people or Instagram people, SJWs, whatever, or modern Western animators, and even some of the modern cartoon community saying that cartoons are getting better nowadays, but it isn't. I don't think so. It's not looking good because one of the biggest problems with Western animation is that we barely get any action cartoons, and when we do get new shows, they're basically picking up an old property of an old show. Like, for example, Thundercats Roar. It picked up an original idea from the original show and basically took a massive dump on it. Like, here you go, here's a show. And I feel like, why do people in modern Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and even Disney think kids are stupid? Now, of course, Disney has some decent shows. There's DuckTales, the DuckTales reboot, and I feel like Amphibia is pretty good, but other than that, nothing else. The new Marvel cartoons are basically watered down. Now, of course, some people might say they are action-oriented shows, but the problem is the writing, the animation, and it fully consists of nothing but unfunny jokes and annoying one-liners or whatever, and basically just throwing in the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe character designs just so they could market the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that's it. Instead of making, instead of continuing Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes or the Spectacular Spider-Man, no, we reboot that and make it worse. Teen Titans Go did the same thing and still continues doing it. It makes a show out of original property. Now, of course, the original Teen Titans was also an adaptation from the comics, but it was an adaptation that had comedy, but at the same time it was highly inspired by anime, Japanese animation, and And it also had very serious and mature storylines. Like each season tells a cohesive story of each character. First season is or basically a story character arc for Robin. Second season is a character arc for Beast Boy or Terra, I believe. I don't know. I think it was one or the other, but it was mostly focused on Terra, I believe, and I'm getting ahead of myself. Basically, third season was character arc for Cyborg. Fourth season was the character arc for Raven, which I feel like is one of either. I feel like Robin's and Raven's character arcs were the best. And fifth season was also again Beast Boy's character arc, and actually they had a plan for sixth season, giving Starfire her own character arc, but for a known reason the show got cancelled, and many other action-oriented shows that were actually really done right were cancelled. Spectacular Spider-Man, yes, I'm still salty about that. Avengers vs. Heroes, the reboot that didn't come out long ago for Thundercats. 2011. Basically, it was an anime, kind of like anime adapted reboot for the original Thundercats, but it still respected the source material in some way. But and there's also He-Man from 2002 that also took a property, rebooted a property from the original series, but made it more darker, more serious, and but still it didn't treat its core audience like idiots. It actually had a cohesive story. It also has morals, which surprised me, because I was going on streaming sites and I was actually watching, I only watched 4 episodes of the original He-Man, and actually I really liked the reboot for He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, because Skeletor was actually pretty badass and also really intimidating despite his silly classic Skeletor voice. He-Man was also pretty badass character, and I actually feel sorry for He-Man that he has to keep his identity a secret from his father, his mother, his best friend, that he's He-Man. Kind of like with Spider-Man, with Peter Parker as Spider-Man. And there's also was another reboot for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2003 that actually took an inspiration from the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comics, which actually started the franchise of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and instead of making it similar to to the 80s show, they actually made it more darker, more serious, more mature storyline, especially with the first 5 seasons, similar to the comic book storylines, while adding its own twists and turns to it. But when I look at reboots nowadays, it's basically pick something up from the past and basically taking a massive dump on it. I really hate that, because I grew up with Western animation a lot. Of course, I grew up with some anime stuff as well, mostly from 4Kids networks, but I didn't grow up fully with anime. I only discovered anime in fully discovered anime when I watched Naruto, but yeah, that's but it's not like I completely, like I said, it's not like I completely hate anime, but I don't watch it for reasons, but Western animation, it had balance between action and oriented shows, and action cartoons like Samurai Jack, and even comedy shows like Courage the Cowardly Dog, Codename Kid. I don't know about Codename Kids Next Door. Was it an action show or was it a comedic centric show? I feel like it was a mixture of both, like Teen Titans was. So it's kind of hard to describe Codename Kids Next Door, but speaking of Codename Kids Next Door, actually, Mr. Warburton, I'm gonna call him that because that's how he's called in the credits. Basically, the creator of Codename Kids Next Door. Actually, there was a trailer for a sequel for Codename Kids Next Door, a much darker, more mature, and serious storyline. That takes place after Codename Kids Next Door. Basically, even in the show, they kind of hinted that they were planning to make a sequel series, a much more darker and serious storyline called Galactic Kids Next Door. They showed the trailer for it, and I was really excited because I was a fan of Codename Kids Next Door. I still watch it on my PS3 because I downloaded all the episodes before Pirate Bay was before PB was taken down. But I have all the episodes, including the Codename Kids Next Door movie, and I still enjoy watching Codename Kids Next Door because what these shows taught me was Samurai Jack taught me about keeping moving forward no matter how difficult life can get. Codename Kids Next Door taught me about not forgetting my childhood no matter how old I get, and Courage the Cowardly Dog helped me deal with some of the fears that I had when I was a child. Nowadays I play more horror games. Sometimes, of course, sometimes horror games still scare me, but not to the extent that I can't play them. I still can, but I just sometimes take a massive break from these kinds of games. But I still enjoy Resident Evil 4, Silent Hill 2 is still one of my favorite horror games, and I haven't been in Alien Isolation still. I bought it on PS3 because my laptop can run the game, but I am still planning on beating the game, despite the fact that I'm obviously gonna get killed by the Xenomorph more times than I can count. But getting off topic here, but I really hate when a lot of Western animators just take a license from or from the original creator or creators from the original show and just making it silly, haha type of humor, basically like lol, random type of humor. And the problem is the fact that they make these shows because people always writing in Twitter or in comments saying this is not for you, it's for kids. I did a video not like two years ago or a year ago talking about why I hate that excuse, because I will say this many times. Just because you're making a show for kids doesn't mean you have to dumb it down on a toddler level, because kids are smarter than you think. You can't, because nowadays when you look at kids, especially when kids react, they're having shows that don't educate them. They don't give them sorry, voice crack. They don't give kids enough credit. Basically, everything is just jokes, cheaper animation, and it's not giving kids challenge. The reason why I keep on drawing, cartoon characters from the past, because when I look at these character designs like the classic Tom and Jerry cartoons, Animaniacs, the original Teen Titans, whatever, I look at these characters and I'm like, I want to draw that because this is what I grew up with. This was awesome, and I want to challenge myself. I want to create my own action cartoon series, but I'm not very talented with drawing from my imagination. So for now, I'm just picking a character from a Google image and try to, redraw or recreate the character as accurate as possible, like he's shown in the picture, and I try to do that as best as I can. And with that, I'm really good at it, but when I try to draw from my memory or from my imagination, it doesn't turn out so well. And most people nowadays are just into digital art rather than traditional art, and which is kind of sad. But I still enjoy drawing because I grew up with stuff like, but in the past it actually treated me like, despite being a kid, it's also treated me with me. These kind of shows treated me with maturity. But now, when I look at shows nowadays, it's baffling. And the worst problem about this is no matter how much you rant about these kinds of shows, no matter how much you being negative or how much you criticize these shows, there are gonna be people from Tumblr, Twitter, whatever, who are gonna keep on defending shows like this because either you're nostalgia blind, because for various reasons, either you're nostalgia blind, or you're either a misogynist or sexist male, or another reason is that you're criticizing a kids show and it's not for you, it's for kids. And it's crazy. It's really crazy because I grew up with animation. I love animation, but the way I look at the Western animation nowadays is why do we keep doing this? Why do we keep on forcing in these stupid agendas like representation, like forced LGBT representation, or putting stupid jokes, or making cheaper art styles? Because just because you do these things doesn't make you an artist. It doesn't make you a good storyteller. It just makes you look like you're lazy. Of course, you can represent things. No, I'm not saying I'm against representation. If you want to represent things, then go ahead, do it. But don't sacrifice good writing, storytelling, and character development. Because if you sacrifice these kinds of things, and just represent things because of your own some kind of persona image, then you're doing a bad job when making a show. Netflix's Shiva is really very noticeable with this, but of course, if you criticize Netflix's Shira, then you're a misogynist, you're a sexist pig, or whatever. But like, wait, what? And it's not. I don't think it's even affecting. I don't. It's really crazy that it's affecting animation, and it's not just affecting animation either. It's also Hollywood movies are also being affected by this because feminism, forced representation, whatever, and just good storytelling, cinematography, and actual character development or character arcs. Throw all that shit out the window because we don't need that. And it's really baffling because when I talk to my family about this, they basically think I'm getting angry over nothing, but I'm getting angry about something. They don't understand it because they are not interested in animation. They don't care about animation because when they look at animation, they think it's just baby stuff. And for me, it's not. Look at like I said, for example, look at anime and manga. They're basically destroying anything West is throwing out nowadays. And why is that? Because Japan is basically giving you the finger and telling you, no, we're not listening to these stupid idiots that act like man babies. We want to make something with quality and that actually makes us money, but also doesn't treat its core audience like idiots. That's what they're trying to do. And of course, I don't watch a lot of anime, but My Hero Academia, for example, it's one of my favorite modern animes. Why? Because it has really relatable characters. It has really good story arcs in each season, and it has drama as well. Some episodes, especially the very second episode in first season, actually made me emotional and made me cry. Like, not many shows, I don't think not many shows have done that. Blue Exorcist actually does that to me as well. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the hell, anime? How do you do this? Like, they can really pull you in the heartstrings if they're doing it right. But when I look at Western animation, they don't do that. They don't make action-oriented shows with actual good writing, good character development, and nothing. Because if I pitched my show about a vigilante superhero, a 15-year-old vigilante superhero who has dealing with a skin condition, and he's like not very super strong, and he wears also glasses, but he's not very intelligent, he's not a nerd, but he deals with depression or anxiety, whatever, but he still tries to protect city from evil. There's even some darker moments as well in the show, especially when they introduce the main villain of the show in this end of the first season, and show on screen what that villain does to people, turning them into demonized versions of themselves or something like that. They will not pick that idea because we can't show anything mature or anything groundbreaking for kids, and that is really stupid because kids need shows like this. Because if we don't show anything if we don't show kids something like action cartoons, then kids won't be able to grow up as better people in the future. Because with action cartoons, like I said, with Samurai Jack. Sorry, but like I said, Samurai Jack, it really helped me a lot as a child, and even nowadays as an adult, because real life sucks. But when I watched Samurai Jack, it taught me about, despite the fact that the message was not even throwing at my face, no matter, and even if the show didn't have much dialogue, I still understood what the message was, what Jack's journey was, what is going to happen in the episode, and because the show didn't treat me like an idiot. And when I watched the show, it taught me, no matter how hard life is, no matter how difficult it may be, keep on going and try your best to overcome your obstacles, your difficulties, no matter what. Keep on going so you can make a better future. That's what Samurai Jack taught me. What do today's kids teaching kids? I don't know. I will piss off a lot of people if I mention some of the stuff I'm currently thinking of, but the last modern cartoon that actually came out was Gravity Falls, and Over Yonder. Man, I can't say that title correctly sometimes. And after these shows, Gravity Falls ended, and Over Yonder was cancelled. We went basically back to square one. Now, of course, there's, like I said, Disney has the DuckTales reboot and Amphibian. Currently, they now have the Owl House, I believe, but other shows, especially on Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network, are not looking good. Like, for example, when I heard Christina Miller was leaving Cartoon Network, I was really happy about this. I even made a video about it, and people, like over 1,000 people actually watched that video, and that really kind of surprised me. But people are actually glad about this, because Christina Miller, when she became the president, everything went downhill from there with Cartoon Network. And after she left, I thought, yeah, Cartoon Network is going back on its track. Maybe they will bring back Thundercats 2011, because that show is not too old, and it's not too late to bring that show back. But of course, Cartoon Network being Cartoon Network, and also Warner Brothers being Warner Brothers, no, we can't show anything mature anymore for kids, because, you know, because we have more money than you do. And it's really sad when you think about it, but yeah, that's how far as I will go with this video. Tell me what you guys think about this trend when people just pick up something from the past and just get completely dumping on it, because I'm really not happy about this. So yeah, I don't know, if you really agree with me, then maybe, I don't know, leave a like, or, you know, share this video with others. It will help me a lot, and subscribe if you want to. I don't know. I just really don't care, because I don't know. I'm dealing with college, and I am not sure if I will be able to finish college. But, you know, we shall see. But yeah, this is Asylum 117 or 117, whatever you want me to be called, and this is me saying I'm signing off.